The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Monsta Ganjah, how are you, bro?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Now, I think we spoke about doing this a while ago, man.
Yeah.
I reckon it would have been like 3-4 years ago, like towards the very start of when we started shooting this interview. So it's taken a minute.
Yeah, man, for sure, man.
It's good to get you in.
Yeah, man. No
And
doubt.
look, one of the reasons we wanted to bring you in is because when we've done a bit of research over the years.
Yep.
The things that you've been involved with and some of the successes that you've had
Oh, yeah.
are pretty damn impressive.
Thanks.
But here in Adelaide, I feel like you went a little bit under the radar.
For sure.
And so I want people to sort of know
Man,
some of
thanks.
the shit that you've actually had a hand in.
Appreciate that, bro.
And I guess to begin with, so you're Samoan?
Yeah, I'm Samoan and Mexican.
And so where were you born?
I was born in Bellflower, which is a city right next to Long Beach.
Okay, so you're born in the States.
Yeah.
Okay.
California.
And then so the Samoan and the Mexican comes from your mother and father?
Yeah, my dad is Samoan and my mom is Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so you were born, I guess, so in California in the early 80s,
77.
late 70s?
Yeah.
Okay. And then so how long were you, a full-time resident out in Cali?
Oh, damn. 30 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't move from the States to Australia until...
Till about 2009.
Okay, so you really grew up and did your teenage years and shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you said it was next to Long Beach?
yeah.
How much did you have, I guess, a connection and a relationship with Long Beach and people there when you were growing up?
Oh, yeah, that's a big connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so being that 77, the crack shit really hit like in the 80s.
Yep.
Do you remember, like you would have still been a kid, but do you remember like when you came across like understanding that,
Yeah.
there's this shit? So how old were you when you sort of caught on to that, and how did you sort of feel about it when it was happening?
About 5.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I think 4.5, 5 years old.
Yeah.
We lived in Long Beach on the east side, off of Henderson and PCH, and there was a lot of crackheads around there, and they were like rolling around off their face, you know what I'm saying? Like doing weird. I was like, damn, what's going on right there? You know what I'm saying? But, and nobody goes like, well, they were smoking crack. It's just
Yeah.
like, my mom's like, stay away from them, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but it was in the neighborhood though.
Yeah, right.
So somebody was serving rocks in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who. I was little and I'd just be seeing. I remember a guy running with a knife one time. But yeah, he didn't do nothing. He was just off his face.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
And then so when you became sort of aware of that shit that was going on, were you also becoming aware to the gang situation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So how did you get introduced to, the whole gang situation? And did you ever actually get, dabble in that, or do you sort of
Yeah.
keep a distance from
No,
that?
I was in gangs.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in gangs. My family was involved. Grew up. So basically, the 70s, you're looking at what generational? First generational. Yeah, and then like sort of second generational is where I come in, like the late 80s, early 90s. My dad was banging. He was banging. So back then, Samoans were new to Long Beach. Polynesians were, so they kind of like would confuse them with Puerto Ricans, blacks, Belizean, El Salvadorian. They didn't know what Samoans were. So, yeah, they adapted with like the Crips, and then Bloods. But there was a Samoan gang in Carson called the Carson Samoan Warriors, and basically from that one, you had guys that came to Long Beach, and then they pretty much started Crips. And then I guess you could say like pods, like from the islands, some went to Compton, some went to Long Beach, and some went to Carson. And they started their own like neighborhoods within the neighborhood they were in.
Yeah.
So in Long Beach, you had SOS, and then you had the East Side Longos, Insane Crips, and the Rolling 20 Crips, which is where Snoop is from. That was all that area, and then Sons of Samoa. And then in Carson, you had the Carson Samoa Warriors, Scott Park Pyru, which they didn't become Pyrus, I think, until later. They were called Spade K, like the Spade, they were called Scott Park Killers. And then, but they were Bloods. Yeah, and then Compton, Park Village, Compton Crip. And I had family from there. So I had family that were Bloods, Crips, and then I'm half Mexican.
Yeah.
So it's just fucking
You're right in the
party, yeah, like. Yeah.
Okay, so then if your family had some ties, where did you, were you kind of just, because you hear people getting jumped in. Now, is that something that you experienced because your family was already in it?
Yeah, like I jumped people in. Like we made a gang, you know what I mean? So
did you get jumped in yourself? Okay, so
I got jumped in.
When I've seen documentaries or movies or whatever, it tends to be like, a minute, 90 seconds, 30 seconds, and they put you in a circle and there's 5-6 dudes go to work. Yeah. Is that pretty much what you experienced?
Yeah. You just beat somebody up for and they fight back and you jump people. Yeah. You just they call them quartermen in the hood, so you just they usually say walk the line. And different hoods do different things. Yeah. If the hood street, for example, is on 104th, all right, so that nigga 104 seconds of love, they'll say that shit. You know what I'm saying? They'll beat his ass up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they'll be saying it. No, they'll be 104 seconds of pain, but a lifetime of love. I've heard that in different hoods.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah.
So then once you've been jumped in, which gang did you get jumped into?
I was from a gang called Ufa Mob. I actually started it, me and a few other dudes. And it's, it's still around right now. And, yeah.
And then, so how old were you when you got jumped in?
Man, how old was I? I was about 12, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, going from 12 to 13.
And then what made you want to join?
Just following everybody else.
Yeah.
Following suit. Yeah, just we didn't even ask hey, it was not even it was just pick a hood and then join. And then, roll with it. And then
so now that you're in that gang, what sort of, you're still pretty young. What sort of shit are you guys doing and getting up to? And, did you have much confrontation with the police at that age?
Yeah, man. I've been arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in trouble with the law at a young age. I was locked up, juvenile hall. So yeah, had run in with the law, typical stuff. That happens in the hood. That could drive-by shootings. I'm not gonna incriminate myself, say that I've done shit like that. But there was shootings, fightings, just territorial things. Just people, just real small areas, and just they spray painted over here, or we're gonna cross them out, and then you go cross them out in the middle of the night, and if they catch you slipping, then you fight, then they got guns, and they'll just spray your ass up. Yeah, so
that's crazy. And so that's the sort of shit that was going on around you when you were before 18.
Yeah, man.
When you were young.
Yeah, the house parties, getting shot up. Not me getting shot up, but being at house parties. Yeah, when they shoot up house parties, I lived through all that. That's why now I'll be like, dang. I'll be like, wow, they make movies. But yeah, I remember the ghetto bird, the helicopter coming down, and then all of us hopping the fence, and the fucking fence.
Because too many dudes are jumping at
Bro, it was funny, bro. I was like, fuck you. Everybody fell down. It was cops was coming, and they caught a couple dudes. It was just hilarious. Stupid shit.
The lesson. 2-7. Oh, yeah.